You're here on the Community Sports Show. And just like that, it's come on, and there we are on screen.
Mate,
Look at that.
don't joke, it's come up real quick.
Technology, it works wonders when you know how to drive it.
Oh, not compared to the conversation we've just had about losing Facebook accounts, mate, but yeah.
Well, that's sometimes other people's fault. And that's why we here on the Community Sports Show like to take a little bit of care with what we do. And welcome, one and all, wherever you are. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or maybe like here in Perth, it's good night. You're here on the Community Sports Show with me, Noel Knowlesy Johnston, for edition 1, numero uno.
First one for the season.
First one for the season. The Perth Swan Cricket Association Midweek show, where we have a look at all the news, all the gossip. If you've got some, share it with us. The hits, the misses, the highlights, the lowlights, we'll cover them all here on the Midweek show every Wednesday night. And a big welcome to you wherever you are across the globe. But a special thank you, before we get into it, to our fabulous sponsors. They're sitting up top there. I've got the tech to do that now. And thanks to ID Athletic, they've just recently re-signed with us. They like what we do and we like what they do. So for ID Athletic, have you ordered your shirt yet? Not yet. Don't tell me if it's not ID Athletic.
No, it's we'll roll with that. So all your shirts, if you're with ID, get it in.
Yeah, all sorts of shirts, sporting apparel and club merchandise can help you and your club build your identity, along with good friends there, Vision Decor, Mike and Lisa Ashley, he's hiding below.
There we go.
As always, they continue their support of us, so please show your support to them and all the sponsors out there. Now, it is the first show of the season, and we're going to have, well, the plan is to have a different guest every week ahead of their broadcast match, and I'm joined for the first time in the studio. Welcome, Steve Abbott.
Thanks, Noel.
Good to have you here, mate.
Thanks for having us. So it's a little bit of short notice, but it's nice to be on the show finally. I've been watching it on and off the last couple of years, and yeah, it's good to actually see the studio.
Yeah, it's tiny in here, so if there's any sponsors out there who'd like to sponsor a nice big studio for me, or a new big broadcast van on the back of a flatbed truck, I'm open to discussions. But, mate, I should find out, confirm. Steve, we've known each other for a few years now, but you've stepped in to a new role at what is a new club, Caversham Dayton.
Well, not a new club anymore. This is year 7 or 8, I believe. So yeah, we've been around a while, but it's definitely not as much as the 78, that's for sure.
Well, you were Caversham first.
We've always been Caversham Dayton, but we've moved into the new facility now over the other side of the highway. So we've got 2 ovals in one spot and electric scoreboards, nice fancy new club rooms, nice new bar. Plenty of storage. It's wicked. It's a first-class facility we've got over there. So,
well, you'll be the envy of many a club out there across the competition, I suspect. Now, you've just moved out to Dayton. I popped out there briefly last weekend just to check out the setup for us ahead of this week. How's everything going out there?
Look, I'm not going to lie. Being a new oval, it's been a lot of work. It's been a lot of work to get it there. We've got had a scratch match on the weekend, and the pitch is playing quite nice. So you popped in for a little bit of that, and it was quite a high score between the two teams that were playing. I think one's 270, and we ended up on about 210, I think, from memory. So yeah, it's not a bad spot to play by the sound of it. The oval's really quick, so.
Okay, looking forward to a big day out there this weekend.
I hope so. A replay from the scratch match on the weekend too, just quietly. We'll get to that when you scroll down through the page a bit more.
So you're the president at Caversham Dayton. Yep. My apologies, I've always just known you as Caversham. I think most people out there probably have.
Yeah, the club's always been registered as Caversham Dayton, but we've now moved into Dayton, so I dare say that's going to be a bit more prominent. Yeah.
So you're the president there, but in terms of, we'll come to your cricket skills in a moment, because rumour has it you've got a couple.
No, I don't know about that.
But non-cricket sports, we're a sports show. Any other non-cricket sporting interests?
To be brutally honest, I've played cricket since I was 5 or 6, and I think I've only missed 1 or 2 seasons since. I dabbled in a bit of professional paintball for a little while, but it was 4 or 5 years of that, and learned very quickly that it's a rich man's sport, and I have other things to do with my time. So,
professional paintball.
Yeah, different.
On a world tour?
The team that I'm playing, that I used to play for, is actually on the world tour now. Yeah, they were number 1 in the Australasia, and they went and competed in the World Cup, and I think they finished 3rd or 4th there too. So they were not bad, but I just didn't have the. At that point in time, I was still an apprentice, so I didn't have the money to keep up with them, and they kept on without me.
Paintballs don't come cheap.
No, it's an expensive sport, and unfortunately, it's a lot of training and a lot of hard work to stay good at what you're doing. So,
but that's interesting. You talk about professional paintball and an Australian team.
Yeah.
We as a community sports show love promoting
Yeah.
what we call non-mainstream sports, and it's awesome to hear that Australia is 3rd on the world stage.
To be honest, I haven't followed them for a couple of years.
We'll stay 3rd.
Yeah, but we'll roll with that because, they were a very good team in the Australian comp. They were a very good team at the time, and then, took on the world, and they actually did pretty good for themselves. So.
All right. So is there any any truth to the rumours then that you're a top order batsman that can also bowl opening? No.
If the top order batsman holds the bat either back to front or upside down, then we'll roll with that. I've opened a couple of times, but it didn't end well. It was let's give everyone a try and reverse the order, I think. But I'd open the bowling on occasion, and I'm nowhere near as quick as I used to be, but
happens to us all, viewers. It's part of life.
100%.
But still getting out and having a game,
mate. I'm quite happy to go down the grades and have a bit more of the banter and the more social side of cricket. I'm probably going to be bouncing between the D grade and the F grade this year, so I'm quite happy down there, and it's a good opportunity. My thing with cricket is it's a good opportunity to be out with the boys, and it's the social side of it where you can have a bit of fun, and we're still competitive enough to really have a go, but we're not playing for sheep stations anymore.
It's a bit like Monday summer social darts. You want to win. It's great to win. We were in front and lost in the first game on Monday.
Oh, really? Yeah, that's never fun.
That's the way it goes sometimes.
Yep.
But we were having fun and out there.
That's the biggest thing. If you win, it's great. If you don't win, then everyone stops for a beer afterwards, and we have a chat with the opposition teams, and that's more what I'm in for it for now. It's not so much. I like being competitive, but I'm not the white line fever that I used to be. So
I still am, viewers. So don't put me in any team. Cross that line. It doesn't matter what it is. I'm there for blood.
I have been told a couple of times to pull my head in, and I suppose being a president this year, I kind of better be on my best behaviour. So.
Well, speaking of being a president this year, new role, new committee, new venue.
Yeah.
A few teething problems, but overall the club shaping up well.
Look, Mike Pup, the previous president, did tell me that it was going to be a second full-time job, and I run a business as well. And I tell you, the last couple of weeks have just been mayhem. It's been all day, every day for the last 3 weeks at least, just trying to get scoreboards sorted out. We've got electronic scoreboards at the new oval, awesome. Which is going to be a game changer.
And I think we'll be able to see those on the camera if I figure out my angles.
We've got it pointing at the right direction, so hopefully. But just stuff like that, trying to get liquor licenses and scoreboards, and to be brutally honest, I've got a massive set of shoes to fill taking on Pup's job. So it's a good thing I've got big feet, but it's a lot of work. So. Hopefully we've got everything ready to go. I was actually at the club just before I've come here, and we've got a big pile of rubbish all across the floor at the minute, trying to organise everybody's stuff. But it'll be season coming. We should be over the line. I'm hoping. Fingers crossed.
Well, you talked about big shoes to fill, and I'm not going to look at your feet. That's a bit weird. But, I did warn you about dad jokes.
I'll take the dad jokes.
Friendly banter, that's what it's all about. But a big shout out to Mike Ash. He really has set the club up well over the last 6 or 7 years out there at William Henry.
100%, mate. Look, I've walked into a club that's in a very healthy position. We've got 4 teams this year. yeah, I've walked into a pretty healthy club with a good. We've got a family club. At the end of the day, like I said, it is a competitive sport, but our thing was to build a family club, and proof's in the pudding. You come down after a game and there'd be 10, 15, 20 kids running around playing in the middle of the oval, and adults having a barbecue after the game. That's what I do it for. So to have my kids to come afterwards, and my little fella's cricket mad as well. So for him to come and have a crack with the boys is
How old's he?
He's 11, nearly 12.
Okay, so juniors.
Yeah, it's his first season with a hardball this year. He's thought he was an all-rounder, and then got smacked in the leg this week and went, "That's it, Dad. I'm going to be that guy that does that to everybody else. I don't want to get hit again. I want to do the hitting." So.
Oh, you get angry and life lessons.
Yeah, well, he's got a nice big bruise on his leg, so that made him happy.
Well, look, viewers, as we just mentioned there, the reality is it is about being involved in the community, and we are a community sports show, and I'm very proud to talk about the benefits of inclusion of all sorts, not just for the physical health, but your mental health well. You guys, credit to you. I don't know who ran the event on Saturday, but there was a mental health.
Yeah, so we had the men's Conquer Mental Health on the weekend that was run in conjunction with one of the local men's groups, Braddon Blokes. They're just a community bunch of boys that will go to the pub, obviously, and stuff. We hire a truck one weekend, and they've gone and picked up a heap of rubbish for the local people that don't have any ability to do it. Bowling, darts, all the fun stuff. So yeah, but it was actually a really good event. So
well done to you, and well done to everyone behind putting that on.
Yeah, it was good. And it was to be honest, it was actually good to test out the facilities as well and get the kitchen rolling and the scratch match as well. So it was a good opportunity for the weekend.
Now, Aman, I can see your comment there. Congratulations, Aman. I think what I might have to do, given that you're the first comment of our new season, Aman, I'm going to give you a ID Athletic Community Sports Show singlet and bucket hat.
I'll bring it home with me, Dads.
Yeah, we'll get that too. Is he a big fella?
He'd be a little bit smaller than me.
Large, XL?
Yeah. What size do you wear, Dads? Come on, put it up there. You be the second.
Yeah, no, don't shame him like that.
I can't even read what that says, Nosy.
Pretty much says you're a legend.
Yep.
I smile, viewers, because if you ever watched our lacrosse midweek show, we had a bloke called Chris White on, and he would refuse to wear glasses. He'd go, "No, I don't need them." What's that say?
Mate, I learnt a long time ago, people give me stick all the time, but unfortunately I'm blind as a bat. If you could turn the tech camera around and see the size of the font on the other screen here, guys,
That's for me. That's for me.
Well, it helps me as well, mate, so I appreciate it.
But look, viewers, it's all about help, and that's a great segue into two pieces of very sad news. One from your club, Wayne Sowden, losing his mum.
Yeah, unfortunately, poor old Souds has got a bit of bad news for the club, so we'll be playing with black armbands this weekend in respect for the Sowden family. So, unfortunately, we were hoping that it wouldn't happen for a little while, but yeah, first week, it's never fun to go through. But we're behind him, and he's put his hand up and said he wants to play for the weekend because he said if his mum found out that he didn't play because of her, she'd be very upset. So I think he's put his hand up to play, and that says enough about the dedication of that man, I think.
Wow, yeah, he's been around. I'm not going to call you old, Souds, but you have been around as long as me, and I, as I said before, had to shave off a fully grey beard. But look, I make light, but the reality is, unfortunately, it is a part of the journey we're all on.
Yeah.
And as much as Wayne would be disappointed to lose his mum, as you sort of highlighted there or alluded to, maybe not unexpected, but...
Yeah, look, I haven't had a good chat with Souds, but he definitely made it very clear that he wanted to play on the weekend, so we'll get around him, that's for sure.
Yeah. And look, viewers, we'd also encourage everyone, as I just quickly toggle down to get the comments so that I can see them because they are a fair way away over there. We also just want to make a mention here. A number of clubs, in particular Swan View, have started this, but last Saturday evening, a death in the family of Luke Otway, his young 2-year-old daughter, Sadie Jane, passing away unexpectedly there really upsetting news for a lot of people
Yeah.
involved at the club. Never good to lose a young one.
Definitely not. Hearts out to you, mate. That's hard. Yep. I can't even comment on that because my voice is going to start breaking. But again, I'm pretty sure the guys over at Swanview will be right behind you for that one.
Yeah, and lots of support out there. I would actually say, viewers, there is a GoFundMe. It's got a great response so far, but there is a GoFundMe you can contribute to help the family during this difficult time, because they're raising funds to raise awareness around febrile convulsions.
Yeah.
I won't go into the story, but our thoughts, a bit like Soud's, go out to Luke and Cassie.
Yeah, definitely.
Get around them, get around each other, and that's the way it should be. Speaking of getting around each other on a lesser sliding scale here, Neil Weasel Worsley had a bit of a health scare at the end of the footy season. Won't be umpiring for a while, so he's on the mend.
On the mend, though?
Yeah, on the mend
good.
there.
Very well done.
And a loss of a different kind is Donnie Bell, our voice of the Perth Swan Cricket Association. Last year, he's got a booming voice. He commentates rugby.
Yeah.
And he brought that to the cricket field. So imagine a quiet field out there on a Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, big booming voice.
Especially when you dropped it or took a screamer or stuff like that. So we're looking for another Donnie Bell. You can't replace him, but you can fill his shoes.
Someone needs to step in the spot, guys. If there's anyone out there that's looking for it, Noel's doing good things for the community. So if you've got someone that's interested, give him a shout.
Yeah, look, get involved. Don't have to do the mic job if you don't want. People suggest I can talk for hours. I don't know where they get that from.
Yeah, secretly, mate. I'm not sure. You taught the leg off a donkey. It's about as me.
Yeah, well, can't go into this gig without that. But you don't have to be on the mic if you can run our camera, our high-tech laptop and scoreboard that we're getting set up.
Yeah.
Even that'd be a help, I've got two arms. One doesn't really work very well, so I'm a one-arm bandit trying to do four things. So please step up and give me a hand.
I've watched you set it up, mate. I don't know how you do it. It looks hard enough for anyone, let alone trying to do it one-handed. So.
Oh, we adapt, mate.
Yeah.
The old saying, there are people worse off and better off than me.
100%.
I'm just on the journey.
100%, and enjoying it too while you're at it. You always got a smile on your face.
Yeah. We try. But look, there will be plenty of smiles this year as we move forward with the show, because reality is we love all of you out there. I was doing the maths earlier, 86 teams across 13 grades that we're going to cover every week. So there's plenty to get through.
That's a lot of cricket.
Yeah.
That's a lot of cricket. No wonder Peasy's pulling his hair out trying to get this fixture working properly.
Yeah, and back in your boxes, everyone. All the grades are now up, so stop your whining.
Yep.
Yep. Not looking at anyone anywhere. But I had to laugh because a few people gave Peasy some grief, or the association, said, "Where's the fixtures? Rah, rah, rah." And then I saw a South Metro cricket competition post going, "Fixture comment or fixture post imminent." And the comments on there were all equally as good as what we saw on the Perth Swan. So we're not alone.
No.
And as I say, if you think you want it done quicker, step up and
100%.
give a hand.
There's always room on the committees.
Yeah,
There's always room
I
on the
know.
committees. I'm lucky that I've got a pretty healthy one, but man, there's always room for more.
That's it. But there's not room to mention every single player every single week. So if you think you're going to get a mention on our show this year, you're going to need to hit at least 25 with the bat. I've been generous. There was a few games last year we couldn't give any shout-outs because we set it at 30.
I don't know why you're looking at me so close with that. It wasn't my team, I swear.
No, it could have been me. I was looking in the mirror. These are reflective glasses. So you need to hit 25 or more to get a mention throughout the broadcast, and we'll cover every grade every week. Or take 3 or more wickets, or take 3 or more catches out in the field. If you're a wicket keeper and you take 5, well done. But if your club don't tell me, I'm going to not mention you because you're meant to catch them behind the stumps.
100%, 100%. So because Noels was saying just before, if you've got social media guys out there that are running your social media stuff, tag him in it, make his life a bit easier. Sorry, I probably just took your next line of conversation.
No, absolutely not.
Make his life easy. It's hard enough as it is.
Well, that is the reality, and I guess that sets up the expectation. It is the first show. You guys will be the first broadcast. As I understand it, all clubs out there have received a booklet from us on what's expected and what's needed. So if you want to register your team to get a game, let us know. If you've got a highlight or a low light or a funny moment, a milestone, tag us, let us know, because I'm not going to scroll through all of them.
There's 86 of them.
Yeah, doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Well, I try, but no. All right, so with that in mind, thanks Arman, I should say. Always nice to get love from the viewers out there, and always nice to know there's someone actually watching. So a big shout out to you wherever you are, if you're with us online or later on. Thanks for joining us. Interesting move this year. There has been an interesting off-season, really, hasn't it? Mm-hmm. An east, west, north, south conversation. Who's in, who's out.
Yeah,
I don't want to play if it's too hot. Lots of conversations going on.
There was a lot of that indeed. So, the whole east-west thing was a bit... It didn't come to a head.
Well, it went to a vote.
It did go to a vote.
Which was tied.
Yeah, and it was tied. So, unfortunately, status quo stays. Or fortunately, I don't mind either way. I like driving everywhere, so it doesn't really worry me. But yeah, I do understand the travel's a bit of an issue for some clubs.
It's not that bad. Look,
well,
I do not accept it. Any clubs out there, any players, individuals or committees that go, oh, it's too far.
Yeah.
We've got freeways, highways, and the longest road trip, I think, last year was Bullsbrook. They don't have to do it this year, but they were going from Bullsbrook to Ankertel.
Yeah, that's a long way.
Again, freeways, highways. It's just over an hour.
Well, the Ellenbrook team, you've got a train opening in a couple of weeks, guys, so there's no excuse now. You're going to have to.
Yeah. So let's have a look. And I brought that up because we've dropped a 2-day grade.
Yeah.
Fourth grade is out. Bayswater will be the fourth grade premiers until that ever comes back. So well done, Bayswater.
Yeah, good job. That one's staying in the record books for a while.
Stick that one
not
in
too
the
long.
shit. But look, let's kick it off by having a look at the local. I presume it's the local loan company first grade. It didn't say that on the Play HQ, but Paul Fernie, our esteemed leader. All hail Paul Fernie.
Fearless leader.
Another bloke that does a fair bit there. The local loan company first grade competition consists of 8 teams this year. Belmont dropping out and University making their way up into the A grade for the first time in a long time, certainly in the Perth Swan Cricket Association. 4 matches. First one is easy.
Yeah, well, we've got Les Murdy. Les Murdy played SKLP. And
that's all we know.
That's all we know. So, guys, update your iPads, please.
Well, nice. That's one of those expectations we're looking to set up, you know. Yeah. You help us and we can help you and get your club out there. All right, in the next match, we saw Carlisle at home against Forestfield. These are 2-day games. And obviously Carlisle batting first, hitting 9 for 181. But it wasn't smooth sailing for Carlisle. They've had a few bumpy seasons.
Yeah.
Louis Page hitting 59 off 146 balls to play the anchor role. He seems to have settled in there, batting at 1. And then the tail, Josh Thorpe in his debut. Big shout out to you, Thorpey. Big supporter of the show. He made 20 not
at
out.
number 11. I've got something to look forward to this year if I'm batting like that. That'll be all right.
And Zach Jones at number 10 made 26 not out. And it's interesting there, you look at Carlisle, the opener gets a mention and then the 10 and 11.
10 and 11. So
all the numbers between, all the numbers in between, step it up. They were helped by 26 sundries though. Forestfield not quite as accurate as they might have liked to be, but 3 players coming off with 3 hat-trick or with a hat-trick each. Glenn Sands the best with 3 for 20 off 10. Jimmy Alexander, 3 for 33
Oh,
off
is that
19.
right? Is that 3 hat-tricks in one game?
Correct.
Wow.
Well, yes, well, not hat-tricks. 3 bags of 3.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty confident they weren't 3 hat-tricks.
Yeah,
that would have been
that's very
impressive.
rough. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, should have tagged us.
Yeah.
Jimmy Alexander, the skipper or vice skipper up there at Foresfield, he had 3 for 33. And then Sammy Spence coming in with a little bit of love, giving up some runs, 3 for 51 off 20 there for Sammy. And then we go into the Swan View game.
So Swan View looks like all out for 261 off of 56 overs.
Yep.
Playing Hawks Punjabi, they're 4 for 44 off the 13.
Oops.
Yeah, that's a bit of a fight back coming there. So, fingers by the look of that score, it's going to be a bit of a healthy competition in that grade. So, Chris Wollaston, 31, batting from number 2, and also Luke Otway, 29 off 39 balls. So, and he come in at number 3. Yeah. So,
the star there, Leon Ottabrino, he'll tell you he's a star if you don't tell him anyway.
Yep.
78 off 76, batting at 5
batting
there.
Number 5 with a few boundaries too, by the look of it. 10 fours, 2 sixes. That's not a bad knock. So.
It's probably going to be his only one for the year, but
I wasn't going to say it. I'll let you do the staring.
Ben Quinleven had 66 off 85, including 10 fours. He batted at 8, and the best of the bowlers there, Sarbit Singh, taking 5 for 38 off 16.
That's not bad. At 2.37. That's not bad at all.
2.37, you take that.
Yeah.
And University, in their first match of the competition in A grade, or first grade, sorry. I always get those mixed up.
Yeah, letters and numbers.
Yeah. Maths is hard. Big shout out to Bayswater. They hit 8 for 274 off their 70 overs. Nicholas Scholl standing up with 110 of our first century of the season. Going to Nicholas Scholl, he had 110 off 175.
That's a very healthy knock.
And then not far behind, Alex McFarlane, young fella there, coming through with 92 off 114 at number 3. So 3 and 4 there, really setting it up for Bayswater. And I'm just going to mention the best of the bowlers for University. I hope I don't see this bloke's name too often.
Yeah, there's a lot of stars there.
Private player. I have to get approval from Tina Turner to play Private Dancer every time. Just a brief Private Dancer. Every time it comes on, if there's a private player, you could be getting a mention from. See, that's where we need a person on the, I can't say in the corner, but off screen, to push the button that goes, Tina Turner.
That'd be handy. There's a spot there for him.
Oh,
if you want to volunteer, someone put their hand up.
Look, that's the fun of this side of stuff.
Yeah.
People go, oh, you do so much, but I have so much fun.
Yeah,
you know?
100%.
Speaking of fun, let's now have a look at the second grade. Just 6 sides in second and third grade.
Yep.
A total of 20 teams across 3 grades in a 2-day.
Yep.
Really has taken a hit, I think.
Yeah, and you're going to make me say that too, aren't you?
Yep.
Unfortunately, we've got 2 outs in that grade, so Uni's moved up to first grade, and unfortunately, Cavo's dropped their second grade team, and into that grade is Swanview and Bayswater. So, yeah, unfortunately, 2-day cricket, I don't know what it is at the minute. It's hard to get guys on the park, so...
Yeah, FIFO, impacts.
Yeah, unfortunately with us, we lost quite a few players out of that grade. A couple of guys with work commitments, a couple of guys with babies, couple of guys that they've got the opportunity to go play on turf, so good luck. It's in all seriousness, if you're good enough to go there, then good luck, but makes it hard to field a 2-day squad when you don't have the cavalry to do it.
Yeah, and that where I'm interested, viewers, in your thoughts about 2-day cricket. Certainly it's a conversation that's gone on at my club, Middle Swan there, about do we just have 1-dayers, do we have a 2-dayers? The challenge is real.
Look, it makes it very easy to schedule your teams if it's week about. unfortunately for two-day cricket, that's the reality of the game, is that it does make it a lot easier, but when you look at the arm wrestle of two-day cricket, it is a much better game to play, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So
not so fun to broadcast, though, viewers. So we won't be filming any first, second or third grades until they get to one-day mode.
Yep, fair.
Well, I say this, I'm in full disclosure for those who are just meeting me for the first time, my cricket background, I guess I should declare this, it's after 7 o'clock, so I'll mention that when I moved to Perth, I'm that old, mate. I don't know if I don't want to ask how old you are, but when I started umpiring, my connection to cricket initially was umpiring in Melbourne. We used the old seaweed coir mats and we'd roll them out, peg them down like a tent.
Seaweed coir mats?
Yeah, the days before AstroTurf.
Yes. They actually make those for the juniors now.
Do they?
Yeah, they're coming back into fashion. Yeah, the Woolworths, the Have a Go guys, the Blasters are playing on them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, they're very interesting because if you scratch your mark, pretty much end up with a hole, and then it's a perfect spot for the bowler to aim at.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, I could see that. That'd either stick in a hole or it'd take your head off, one of the two.
So I've been an umpire. I started as an umpire, moved to Perth in 85, been here since. So Victorian by birth, West Australian by choice, I always say that. Played for Midland Districts. And that's the old Midland Brick side.
Yeah.
Played out the back of the old Swan Districts Hospital.
Yep.
Stopped working at Midland Brick. Became an umpire in the old Swan Arena for 20-odd years. Earned the nickname Trigger because apparently if it's after 4 o'clock and you get hit on the pads, you're gone.
Don't joke about it. There's actually photos of me on the PSCA Facebook page that accuse me of exactly that. So that makes two of us, mate.
Always give them as you see them, mate. 100%. It's not our fault you get hit on the pads if you're an umpire.
You got a piece of wood for a reason.
We're getting along so well.
Yeah,
We're so
100%.
much in common. And then after umpiring, I got suckered into playing and captaining at Middle Swan in the third grade there for a few years before the MS came. And now I get to go around and broadcast and tell you how good or not so good you are, even though I was a bit of a crab.
That's all right. You can poke from the sidelines, mate. It's always good to have someone that's the antagonist, so take it.
All right, let's have a look at the 6 teams in the second grade competition. As you mentioned there, mate, Uni and Cavi out, Swanview and Bayswater in, and in the opening match for this grade, Mount Lawley Inglewood yet to bat. They saw Allenbrook hit 212 off their 65 overs to call it quits. It's a 70 over day, so time ran out there. Josh Cannell picking up where he left off last year with 65 off 113 at the top of the order.
Opening the order too.
Assisted there by Josh Bibby with 55, batting at 2. 27 extras, 12 buys, that always helps.
Yeah, it makes it hard to defend.
And I do feel it fair to warn you viewers, Golden Ducks we will be mentioning. There were none last week, but if I see a Golden Duck on the scoreboard, there will be a hall of shame.
I like that. I like that a lot.
We might even give out I don't know, I don't want to encourage Golden Ducks, but we might give out a Golden Duck award at the end of the year because the association won't give you one.
Well,
I've got 3 Duck awards on the shelf here.
I've actually got a bat at home with a hole in the middle for the exact same thing with my name on the bottom and everything.
Oh, people can be so unkind.
Yeah.
But look, Angus Watson had 3 for 28 off 10 overs there, and Dan Elsgood took 3 for 30 off 15. Now, this game's already over. This next game says it's over. I'm not sure what's going on here, viewers. If you're from Ferndale, Linwood, or Ascot,
someone fill us in. That's a bit strange, that
let
one.
us know what's going on because it was a bit of a whitewash on day one.
Yeah. Look, Ferndale Linwood 6 for 84 off 29.1. Played Ascot 83 off their 30. Is that 31 overs?
Yep.
83 off 31. That's
a good rate.
It's grinding. It's definitely grinding. So, not sure what's going on with that one, but it does say final on the on Play HQ. So, Corey Daly 25 batting in opening the innings there. Only one to be mentioned for Ascot, and just one extra as well, which was a leg by. So that's not bad.
That's a clean sheet for the Ferndale Linwood bowlers. Congratulations to them.
Yeah.
Blade Holloway with 4 for 27 and Caleb Lamatoa 3 for 18. And unfortunately, Ferndale Linwood, despite getting the win, no batsman made more than 25. So congrats on the win. That's it for the batsmen. And Oakland Penny, the best of the bowlers for Ascot with 3 for 17.
That's not a bad return for the day. You'd be happy with that.
You'd be happy if it was a 2-day game and it was... I did a grand final a few years ago, no mention in Les Murdy or SKLP, but we went up there for a 2-day final and it was over by afternoon drinks on day one, and it was like, oh, that's a win.
Wow.
I suspect those boys are thinking the same thing.
Two of the winning side would be. I don't know about being on the wrong end of that one.
No, but look, in the final second grade match of last week, Bayswater are none for 19 off 9, chasing Swan View, who set them a target of 181 after making 180 themselves off 63. Ruben Duncan with 39 off 81 at the tail. Tails are wagging already. I like it.
Another one at number 9. I like that.
Yeah,
I like it when bowlers get to make some runs.
It's good, isn't it? It's not good if you're the bowler on the other side.
It's frustrating.
But they always say the number 10s should be the hardest to get out.
Well,
last wicket has...
I'd like to think that myself, but unfortunately, my 10 or 11 I'm always out pretty cheaply. So,
well, he's setting you a target there. If you're a number 10 or 11 at Caversham Dane, you're on notice.
100%. The first one to make it gets a free round on me.
Doctor Who, Tom Baker. Actually, I'll give him a nickname there. Made 31 off 91 to grind it out as well for Swan View. Batting at 5. Chevy Jade gets a special mention. Didn't make 25, but another wag of the tail with 22 off 82 balls batting at 10.
82 balls batting at number 10. I'd be happy just to face 82 balls in a game, let alone making 22 off of it. So
be careful what you wish for, because we played, and I say back when I was playing, I was not a great player. I think that's a fair statement. People tell me that. But I one day went out and literally just ground away.
Yeah.
Dot. And you said great performance, 82 balls there. You know you're not getting the result you want when your own teammates on the sideline are appealing for you to be fired LB every time you get hit. Just so they can have a drink.
Yeah.
Fire him.
Yeah.
Don't, boys, that's etched in my memory. I am scarred by that. Thank you.
Well, I just on a side note of that one, I've actually been on the other end of that. I was batting at number 11 with a number 1 that had batted all day, ready to carry his bat, last ball of the day, and got caught by the keeper.
He did?
Yep.
Oh.
Yep. Faced the first ball and the last ball and got out on the last ball. How'd you be?
Unlucky.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, well, speaking of unlucky, no bowler had 3 wickets, so as a result, Bayswater don't get any mention there. A few blokes had 2. Bad luck, guys. 3 is the number.
Yeah, got to make it.
Speaking of Bayswater, as I lean in to scroll the sheet down to the next slide, big shout out to everyone at Bayswater, big supporters of ours. Good to see a young side still sticking around. You mentioned a few players going to turf and having cracks in different comps.
Yeah.
Bayswater's Youth Brigade, and we saw Alex McFarlane there sticking tight. So looking forward to seeing Rodeo.
Yeah. Look, I'd love to know how they do it, because it'd be great to get some young guys coming through. If there's a secret to it, I'm all ears for it. So
I think it's a neighbourhood. But Southern Rossmoyne and Les Murdy Mazenod, speaking of neighbourhoods, they're out of the 3rd grade neighbourhood this year, and they've been replaced by Forestfield and University. And Forestfield in their first game up, taking on Swan View, who have pushed a side up but still got one in 3rd grade. They were last year's premiers, so they'll... it's a different team, viewers. Before you all write in and ask me, how do they get to stay in 3rd grade? They won. They've actually pushed up.
Yeah. And I think their 4th grade's pushed up into 3rds, have they?
Correct.
Yep.
That's my understanding. So it'll be a young team there. Adam Colburn and Varun Manjuran. And here comes this joy that is all my subcontinental friends.
Yep.
Please forgive me if I get your names wrong. Varun Manjuran had 58 each.
58 each. That's
Not bad.
That's not a bad start to the season. You'd be pretty happy with a 50 to your name.
And Chase Eamons finished with 34, 29 extras, if you don't mind. That's very helpful.
Yeah.
Early season blues, I suspect.
Yeah, you'd hope so. Fingers crossed it's just a bad day out. So
A glitch.
yeah.
Lawrence Hessing had 3 for 31 off 8, and Will Nash, good shout out to you, Will. He took 3 for 53.
He's a good little bowler, Will Nash, too. We played against him a couple of games last year. He's, definitely one to be reckoned with.
Yeah. Now, you've got another easy game
I'll
here.
take the easy one again. I'll take that every day of the week. So, University v Ferndale Linwood, just before the start of the film, no info. So, again, help. What's
Milk
going on?
one. That's all right. I don't actually... I do mind, but I don't mind. And for every yin, there's a yang.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't put it in, means I knock off before 9 o'clock.
Well, and the next one's full of names that we're not going to be able to pronounce. So
Oh, no, these are all easy, these ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uday Kakani, that's how.
That's
that,
easy.
mate.
That's really
He
easy.
had 87 off 85, batting at 8. More tails wagging. It's like a kennel out there at the moment. 7 4s and 3 6s for Uday, while Anil Harani, 60 off 121, batting at 6.
Yeah.
And they were assisted by Hamal Harani, 52 off 87, opening it up, while Todd Sessions had 3 for 60 off 13 for the Ascot boys.
That's a couple of good knocks to start the season there. You'd be, like I said before, you'd be pretty happy to start off with a 50, you know?
Yeah, you would. Now, we mentioned during that there is no 4th grade. This year it is gone.
Yeah.
Gone. So congratulations to Bayswater. For who knows how long they will be the reigning 4th grade champions.
Hopefully not too long. In all sincerity, hopefully not too long.
So, I mean, you alluded to it. I've got a question on the script there. We've got 6 clubs played 4th grade last year. Ascot, Mount Lawley, Inglewood, Forestfield, Swanview, Bayswater and Ferndale Linwood.
Yep.
They're all dropping down into the 1 days and moving up. It's all shuffling around. Is the end of 2-day cricket imminent? No in-depth analysis required, but...
Without going too in-depth, I've had very much in-depth conversations with quite a few people about it. Unfortunately, from the position that I sit, I said it earlier, it's easy to schedule, it's easy to run. As much as 2-day cricket's the pinnacle of the sport for community cricket, it does make it very hard to back it up 2 weeks in a row with the likes of FIFO workers, people having kid commitments. It does make it hard. I really hope that it doesn't, but the more you look at it, the proof's kind of in the pudding. I hope not, but I don't know what the solution is. I'd like a solution because I'd play 2-day cricket in a heartbeat if I was good enough, but yeah.
Well, what do you reckon, viewers? Is 2-day cricket on the decline? Well, it is clearly on the decline, but can it come back? We're interested in your thoughts. Now, that is the end of the 2-day competition, which must mean it's the afternoon tea break, but it's night time, so what do we do?
I'm going to take a sip of my water first.
You have a sip of your drink, and I will plough on, because what this segment will do each week as we transition from 2-day feedback into 1 day, we'll have a break every week, viewers, and we'll talk about your milestones, highlights, things that you tell us about, club events. If you're having a big Diwali event or something like that, let us know and we can give a shout out during this time. But our first shout out of 2024-2025 goes to a bloke that joined us last season, all the way from Warwickshire in the UK, Mark Forthrop. Big shout out.
It's a long way away.
It's a long, but that's, you know, they play local community cricket, and the connection between Ulster and Ragley, Mark's club, and our show is the fact that they play Carlisle players. They send a Carlisle player over every year.
Nice.
During their summer, our winter. And Rowan Campbell went over for Carlisle this year, played for Ulster and Ragley, and had a standout season. They must be tiny grounds because every week he was breaking a new record.
Wow. Yeah, it'd be nice to play on the smaller grounds as a batsman, I dare say. You'd be pretty happy with it.
All right, well, congratulations, Rowan. Thanks to you, Mark. I'm not going to run through all his stats. We'll consider that the mention for Rowan. I put a post up, now, was it last night or earlier today? The 2024 World Team Disc Golf Championships. That's a mouthful. You've got to say slowly and get it
that one
in
quickly,
the right order. Well, the 2024 World Team Disc Golf Championships are here in Perth in just 4 weeks' time, up the top of the hill in Mundaring.
Yeah, is that going to be at the community centre? Where are they?
It's actually going to be played at the Mundaring Sporting Club Disc Golf ground, which is within the Mundaring Golf Course.
Okay, yeah.
It sort of zigzags its way through the golf course there, and it's an international standard competition. There are 24 countries coming to the hills.
Jeez, that's all right.
To take part in this. And viewers, we talk about promoting non-mainstream sports. Well,
that's definitely one of them.
Well, see, this is what we love, though. You were talking about competitive paintballing and Australia's success.
Yeah.
We love lacrosse, and Australia's just had some good successes in indoor and
Well,
world
you were saying darts
championships.
before as well. We've always been pretty good at that.
We're okay at darts. We've got a couple of good players, but, you know, gridiron, we go away, we compete on a different level, and Australia is taking part. And we put a post up. All you have to do is comment woof doof. And if you wonder where that comes from...
Where does it come from?
World Flying Disc Federation. That's their initials, WFDF. So they like to be called woof doof. So there's a woof doof competition up on our page, and you could be going to the World Championships and be treated as a VIP entry, VIP lounge, priority viewing, lunch, drinks, show bags, all sorts of stuff there.
If that's anything like the Super Nines golf course that was at Karrinyup a couple of years back, that'll be a good party too by the sound of it. So
Yeah. So opening ceremony will be there. That's on the Tuesday, the event running from the 6th to the 9th of November. We're at the opening ceremony, a bit like a mini Olympics parade. We're growing up. But you can be there and enjoy a day of your choice. You can go and watch the final day or during the week. Double pass VIP access. Go to our page now and check that out. Simply comment woof doof and you'll be in the running to win that package. We've mentioned the fact that we've lost Donnie. Weasel hopefully will help out for a few weeks. Weez, if you're online, give me a thumbs up or a message. That'd be great. But notwithstanding Weasel's availability, I really do need some help in the broadcast van. So anyone out there, behind the mic, behind the camera, on the laptop, all ages, all genders, I don't care.
No, if there's someone that wants to jump in the van, it's always a good day out, and I'm sure the local clubs are all very hospitable. Is that the right word?
Yeah, some are more hostile than hospitable, but we'll talk about that as we get to them. No, we won't. What we will talk about is, before we move on to the one-day competitions, there were no games last week, so we'll just look at pretty much who's in what grades and what games are on this week. But before we go there, just a reminder, we can't do any of this without those fabulous people
all across the top,
scrolling across my head there, hanging out up there. Vision Decor for all your blind curtain awnings and even hybrid floorings. And when you see Mike, just remind him, or don't remind him, drop a subtle hint that the studio floor could do with a new...
Don't remind him, he'll be here tomorrow. He'll be banging on your door.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. For all your blind curtain awning needs, Mike and Lisa Ash at Vision Decor. Great product, great people,
great products, and they're local as well. So I know the guys there personally, and they're really good people.
And they do a lot for the competition as well, not just us, but they sponsor
not just
you
us
guys,
as a club, the competition yourself.
The competition.
They put their name out there quite a lot.
Show your love too.
Definitely keep the lights on.
Yeah, that's a different show. Also want to thank Josh Saddy and the team at ID Athletic. They make us look good in our great range of exclusive ID Athletic community sports show apparel.
Is that a new shirt this year?
Yes.
It's quite a flash-looking shirt. I like it.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Great segue. ID Athletic, they can make me look almost as good as I used to. Vision Decor, ID Athletic, they're supported. They're our platinum sponsors, but we also have the love of Ashby Farrell White Arch for your real estate needs. Barner Construction if you want something big built.
There you go.
Build it with Barner.
What do they build?
Big buildings.
Big stuff.
Yeah, all over WA, and our most recent support coming courtesy of Nathan of Nathan's Event Hire. If you're having a party and he's not a DJ, but he'll help you set up your audio and your visuals.
Hey, if he's got all that stuff, I'm sure there'll be a few people using him too.
Yeah, Nathan's Event Hire, thanks very much, mate. He's helped set up the YouTube feed and the fact that we can do all this. So
it's actually a pretty impressive little setup that he's got going for you too, just quietly.
Thank you, sir. All right, let's have a look at the one-day competitions. There are 9 grades here this year, A to I. Last year, Coolbinia West Perth went down in the grand final to Les Moody Masnod. 2 changes in come Brabham from B grade. I don't know how they went up there. Finishing 4th spot, but that's how it worked. Don't apply any logic here. It doesn't work.
I don't know how it's
and
gone.
Mundaring have dropped down into B grade. So 8 sides in the one-day A grade competition. And the hot rumour is that the Wandering Minstrels is how I'll describe them, have found a new home this year. Again, I'm allowed to say that.
Yep.
I've said it last year, I'll say it again. The Wandering Minstrels have found a new home, and the Coolbinia West Perth runners-up from last year, well, they said, we didn't like losing, so we're going to Helena Valley, who, interestingly enough, finished 8th last season. So we'll see how that relationship works out. They're Helena Valley at home taking on Les Moody Masnod. 1st versus 8th will be an interesting
That'll be an interesting
test.
start to the season, especially in A grade. That is a good comp.
Yeah.
I've watched quite a few games there. It's a good comp to watch. So
next game up sees Scarborough take on Dianella, 2nd versus 4th from last year's ladder.
Yep, and then Coolbinia West Perth. They were 3rd last year, playing Brabham, who were in B grade last year. So that should be an interesting test for the new players to the A grade.
Yep, and a bit of competition for you, Brabham. Is there a friendly rivalry starting? Because it's, as a Middle Swan man, and I say this, and I've before Caversham came about, I was on the committee at Middle Swan, and we're like, where can we recruit players from?
That would have been one of the spots.
Caversham, before you came up, was on our hot list, but you stole them all.
Yeah, we'll take them too. Anywhere in the area, if you want a game, we'll take you in a
But
heartbeat.
you've now moved up to Dayton, Caversham, Dayton.
Yep. So
next door to Brabham.
Yeah, so we've kind of gone from Cavey to Dayton, and then Brabham's obviously the next step up. So there is a bit of friendly competition going on there. There's a couple of players that move backwards and forwards between the two every year when one person doesn't like another. So without putting names, no, cricket's not that kind of sport. No way.
No, it's a gentleman's sport.
Yep, 100%.
And we'll find out who the gentlemen are on Saturday as we head up to Caversham Dayton, or as it's now known, DOS.
Yep.
The Dayton Opens DOS.
DDoS. Yeah, that's what the code is. So we're rolling with that one.
Dayton District Open Space. It's out in the middle of the Swan Valley on the corner of Harrow Road and Arthur Road.
Yeah,
I think,
Arthur Street.
Arthur Street.
Yep. It's a beautiful spot. It's an awesome sporting complex now. There's netball courts, hockey, turf hockey.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's pretty impressive spot
There's
to be.
some Blades are out there, I think I saw.
Yeah, Eastern Blades, and also the so it's Bassendean and Ellenbrook have moved in together, I believe. I don't know much about hockey, but I believe the two are working in conjunction. So, but that'll be the televised game this week too. So Cavey playing Midland. They had a scratch match on the weekend, and we won't talk too much about the scratch match, but hopefully we put up a good fight and And yeah, it was actually a pretty good game to watch. Like I said before, the pitch plays quite well, and it should be interesting for you to commentate, I think. So
new facilities, and you could almost hear the wheels grind in there as I thought of how to phrase this. The pitch, no, I don't know enough yet to make any ill-informed comments.
Yeah.
The pitch direction, does it run north-south?
Yep.
Or...
Yeah, so we had at William Henry, our last ground, the pitch, same kind of direction. It's a genuine north-south at the new oval, but our nets at the last oval were facing into the sun, so the poor old bowlers in the afternoon are literally running into the sun. So now we've got the 6 nets facing north-south as well. It's a much better layout. There's a couple of things that we would like to change, but it's on the best part. It's pretty good.
All right. So new venue. Who's? I think I saw an announcement. Who's the skipper of the A grade for you?
Yeah. So we've got a new skipper this year, Jerry. Jerry Singh. He's been at the club a couple of years now. He's walked straight into the role, and he's the kind of guy that doesn't take much crap from anybody. So. He wasn't happy about the trees behind him. I'll give him a special mention if he's watching. He was pretty insistent that we needed to buy a sight screen on the weekend, but when you're playing a scratch match and they score 270, I'm a bit hesitant about whether that's a good investment or not. So,
all I'll say, Jerry, is it's Perth Swan Cricket Association. Yeah. If you want sight screens, go play on turf.
100%.
Sorry, I'm just sending you new skipper elsewhere, but
don't send him elsewhere. I need him. I need him.
But that's the reality. And, well, that's actually a very interesting point, and I'll get this out in the first show so that I don't have to deal with it, although I probably still will each and every week. The broadcast van is a lovely shade of state colours, yellow and black. We won't be a sight screen either, and I'm not moving beyond the agreed position with the association. So all the club captains out there who say, but what about the left arm round the bowlers that spin and this and that? As I just said to Jerry, okay, it's community cricket. If you're going to be put off by a broadcast van, I challenge you, try and hit it.
Yeah.
Because it's great footage for me to see you caught just in front of the broadcast camera.
I'd almost say that I put money towards that, but we'll talk about that one later.
Well, we spoke about, can we have it just slightly wide? I can make a big sign for them to hit, but don't deliberately aim for my van, please. At least not the roof. That's where the solar panels are.
Yeah, that's the expensive bit and the hard bit to fix, so don't hit that bit.
That's my big fear. But look, let's have a look at the B grade competition. 4 changes from last season out. Brabham, Forestfield, Coolbinia, West Perth, and Mount Lawley, Inglewood all drop out from the 23-4 list, while Midland, Yokine, Pilbara, Carlisle and Glen Forest hold on and retain the B grade competition there.
That's half the comp.
Yeah, wait till you see another grade. Yeah. We'll just tag team our way through these matches, buddy.
Yep, so Mundaring playing Glen Forest. I believe that's up at Mundaring there. So, you want me to go to the next one as well?
Why not?
Yeah, Yokine Pilbara are playing Carlisle, Yokine being at home. So, Hawks Punjabi at home playing Ferndale Linwood, and Midland playing Middle Swan, assuming that's at Swanview Park.
We'll be at Swanview Park, and Middle Swan there pushing up into B grade this year. So one of the sides coming in along with Mundaring Hawks, Punjabi, Ferndale Linwood, Middle Swan stepping up into B grade. That'll be a...
On a side note, how the 78s looking this year, huh?
I'm not sure I have presidential approval to release our detailed recruiting campaign.
I think they're in one of my grades. Can you give me a little bit?
Yeah, when we get there. In the B grade, though, I mean, the reality is, like all clubs, you'd like a few more.
Yeah.
Challenges around availability. I've seen club posts saying who's available and people in and out and this and that. So, look, like every club, Middle Swan, just trying to put 2 teams out on the field and enjoy our social cricket, and that's what it's mostly about. And another comment coming through there. Good to have you with us wherever you are across the globe. Thanks for joining us. I am Noel Nosey Johnson, and I'm here today with Steve Abbott, the boss at Caversham Dayton Cricket Club.
No, I'm no boss. I just work there. It seems like I've got a bed there at the minute. I don't seem to leave the place.
Yep, that's the way it goes. Fern, let's have a look at C grade now. 8 teams in the C grade competition, and you said 4 was a lot.
Yeah,
6
look at that
in
one.
this
There's 6
grade.
in that grade.
Just Coolbinia, West Perth, and Caversham.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to talk about Caversham here.
Yep.
Remaining from last season out, City Beach, University, Scarborough, Middle Swan, Hawks Punjabi and Ferndale Linwood, those last 3 all moving up into the B grade competition. This week, you've got 2 grounds.
Yeah, so it's the first double header at home. I'm quite excited. The 2 top teams for our club as well. So we're playing Helena Valley at home. We've got a new captain in that grade too, Vijay. He's come to the club. I think it's his 2nd or 3rd year with us now, and he's a pretty reliable member. He's always got a smile on his face. He's got a nice little beard too. So yeah, hope that squad looks quite strong this year. So put the warning out early. Hopefully I'm not putting the mockers on anybody, but that squad should be a good squad by the team that we've got. So it'll be an interesting comp. So yeah, us at home, and then we've got Southern Rossmoyne playing Lesmurdy Mazenod, Mount Lawley Inglewood playing Coolbinia West Perth, and I think there's one more if you want to roll that down.
Yeah, sorry, I was just trying to scroll down to see that message. I can see a couple coming through, so I'll be the one that pretends he can't see.
Yeah.
Oh boy, big something.
Yeah. What do we got there?
I don't know.
Cav looking good. Big off-season recruits. Yeah, there has been actually been a couple as well. So
bit of.
And then the last game for that round, we've got Bully playing SKLP out at Bullsbrook. So
Yeah, and Bullsbrook putting in a second side, so credit to them this year.
yeah, good job up there.
Going well, and that will be a match between 2 debutants in that grade, Bullsbrook and SKLP, along with Southern Rossmoyne and Lesmurdy Mazenod doing battle for glory there in C grade. D grade, we can do the alphabet.
Yeah.
D follows C,
Yep.
and there
That
are
makes
8
one of us.
teams. I know, maths is hard, I can't do maths, but
Yeah.
I can spell and talk.
Oh, I'm plumbing, not rocket science. So same.
Got to know your angles though. In
Nope.
plumbing, don't you? Don't?
Nope.
Okay.
So book's so big and I never use it.
All right, well, let's have a look at D grade, 8 sides, and we see 5 sides in, actually. Brabham, City Beach, Scarborough, South Central districts have pushed up, and Caversham Dayton coming into D grade as well, which means that Southern Rossmoyne, SKLP, Bullsbrook, all pushing up into C grade, while Belmont go down, and Glen Forest have just gone. Don't know where they are, Glen Forest?
What do you think?
Oh, come on. I did that joke and no one understood it, so I won't do it again. All right, matches in the D grade this week. Brabham up against Darlington.
City Beach playing Scarborough. And then I'll go the next one as well. Dianella playing Southern Central Districts. And that's at Dianella.
Yep.
And the last one for the round, Ellenbrook and my crew, the Cavi Dayton boys playing Ellenbrook up at Ellenbrook.
I think that one's on the North Oval, if memory says
Central.
Is
Central,
that
yeah.
Central?
Yep. Be nice on the good one.
All right, E grade. Another 8 sides there, all solid in the one days. I don't think there's many challenges around the one day love. In the E grade, Swan View taking on Brabham, that game at Kungamaya. Well, Belmont take on Carlisle. Belmont stepping up into the E grade this year, taking on Carlisle. I suspect there'll be a bit of local rivalry there.
Crosstown rival, that one, I think. And then Ferndale Linwood playing Southern Rossmoyne, and Maylands playing the new guys into the grade, Ascot. So that one's another crosstown rival there as well, Maylands and Ascot. There's a few out of that grade too by the look. So Southern Central Districts have gone to D grade. Dianella possibly up or down. I think there's one either side of them. Same with Mundaring. Midlands out of that grade, and Helena Valley have gone to F grade. So there's a fair bit of movement in that grade as well.
Yeah, and to all the viewers out there that go, why aren't the fixtures sorted? This is why.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, I'd like to say we were innocent, but we were part of that as well, with a couple of players moving around a bit. So yeah,
That happens. All right, let's have a look at the last of our big grades here, and then we'll just run through the last 3. No offence. In the what grade? F troop.
Yep,
F
that's the one.
troop. Okay, 3 outs. That is Swan View have gone to E grade. Ascot, they were second last. They've dropped down, and Yokai and Pilbara have joined them, while Mundaring and Dianella come into the competition along with Helena Valley, which means there are 4 matches this week, and you've got a team in this grade
I've got
as
a team
well.
in that one as well. I'll grab this one. So Caversham I've started in the middle there. Lesmurdy Mazenod playing Mundaring at Pickering Brook, and then we've got Western Wolves playing Dianella, new into the grade. My boys Caversham playing Mount Lawley Inglewood at William Henry.
Good thing you kept that place, eh?
Yeah, it's a handy second ground. It's a very handy second ground. So
Nicer
fighting
than
hard.
that one at Bennett Brook.
Bennett Springs Sporting.
Yeah.
That's there's not much there unless there's a tin shed with a couple of toilets, and that's pretty much it at that one. And the volleyball comes in bang on 4 o'clock every Saturday. So and then the last one for the round is Helena Valley playing SKLP up at Parkerville.
The joys of community sport, eh? When you're in the middle of a cricket game and suddenly you
there's a
shout in
volleyball.
4 as though it's golf because some bloke playing volleyball's
Well,
going to
usually
be
it was the other way around. We had a couple of big hitters in that grade last year that was actually targeting the volleyball, so that's going the other way.
Oh, that's the way it goes. Share.
So
The world needs more sharing.
definitely.
All right, now what we're going to do for the last 3 grades here, viewers, is just run through the matches this week. They literally came online this afternoon, and to be honest,
we haven't had much notice on that one.
Haven't had a lot of look at it, so we'll look more next week. But if you take G grade, we'll just scroll through from there.
Yeah, so G grade, we've got Dianella beat Brabham in the grand final last year, 194 to 168.
Yep.
And then the games for the weekend, we've got Brabham playing SKLP, Scarborough playing University, Yokai and Pilbara playing Bayswater, and Ascot playing Carlisle.
And in H grade, there was a lot of conjecture you asked about Middle Swan. There was a bit of conjecture, our registrar suggesting that we'd been pushed into G grade. That has proven not to be the case.
Yeah.
Middle Swan in H grade again. And the H grade matches this week sees Glen Forest taking on Brabham. A big shout out to the Feelings. I suggest Jesse and Blake will be playing down there along with Harry and the rest of the guys. Middle Swan take on Allenbrook. Funny that the second side from Middle Swan gets the home grade.
Yeah.
Home game first up. Well done there, boys. SKLP take on Bayswater. Coolbinia West Perth. I had to stop and think what that acronym stood for. Coolbinia West Perth.
That was me that thought I was going to forget that one.
Taking on Mount Lawley Inglewood. While City Beach, and that's their first mention, they've dropped a couple of sides.
Yeah.
City Beach, but good to see them still in there, and good to see the Western Wolves, their opponents, also taking part. And this is an interesting grade here.
Yeah, that's a very interesting one. So
it
grade
didn't happen last year.
No, our grade was pulled last season, and it's got a strong comp this year too. There's 10 teams in that grade, so that's pretty healthy.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah,
but, yep.
yeah. Well, fingers
positive
crossed.
to start. Positive.
Yeah, positive thoughts. But 10 teams in that grade. Swansview playing Forestfield, Ellenbrook playing Bully, Ferndale Linwood playing Lesmurdy Mazenod, Dianella playing SKLP, Coolbinia West Perth playing Yokai and Pilbara. That was a mouthful for a lot of those words there.
Yeah.
So fingers crossed that grade kicks off and stays where it's at. So that'll be quite a healthy grade there if it does stay.
Well, I mean, when you look at it, H and I grade, both with 10 sides.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I grade sort of folded because a couple of teams were forfeiting on a semi-regular basis. Their regular basis.
Yep.
But with 10 sides in each, you can afford to lose a couple and still maintain that grade. So good to see, as you said, positive signs across the competition. And that is demonstrated by the fact that, I've said it before, I'll say it again, and I'm going to finish up as we start to wind up by acknowledging all 86 teams, all got to mention there, across all the clubs. I don't think we've lost any clubs this year as an
I think
association.
there's one or two new ones, but isn't there? Wasn't there one new one coming from down south of the river? Maybe I'm speaking
No,
out of
well,
turn.
South Central districts and Southern Rossmoyne have always been there.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, maybe
They
I'm
were
speaking
there
out of
last
turn.
year, yeah. But 12 grades, 86 teams. Congratulations to everyone out there. A special mention to all the 20 two-day team, all the two-day competition teams.
Yeah.
For keeping that going. Regardless of what grade you're in and which club you play for, although I'm Middle Swan and Steve's definitely Caversham Dayton. No matter which club you play for, get around them, get involved.
Come down and spend a bit of time at the club. If
Yeah,
nothing else, come watching cricket.
yeah, it gives you a chance to get out of the house, and that's never a bad thing. Sometimes it's even a good thing.
Yeah.
So we wish the best of luck to all clubs across all grades for the competition this year. Just to finish up, a couple of reminders. Clubs, please start registering. Our first month is already fully booked. If you want us to come out and broadcast at your club, you better get in and register your interest soon or you'll miss out. Already this year is pretty full, certainly.
Don't give it all to me, because whatever's free's coming my way.
No, well, we'll share. We will share. But get your interest in. Let PZ and I know where, or not when, but if you'd like us to film, and then we'll try and work with you. If you've got a milestone game,
Yeah.
you know, Sponsors Day, big day back to Caversham Dayton Club Day or whatever it might be,
Or club events, if you've got any club
Yeah.
events on too.
let us know and we can do our best to be out there for those particular days. We can also be there, but I'd like some help whilst I'm there. So please, if you can, get involved. Any capacity, spread the word for me. Steve's done it already. But behind the mic, behind the camera, behind the laptop, even just keep me on, being
yeah.
a runner.
Yeah.
Getting me
Give him a
afternoon
little
tea.
bit of company. He's sitting there by himself all the time. It's hard work.
Oh, it's not too bad. Okay, that's pretty much it. We've had a good number of viewers join us here tonight. I've seen you all online and still a good crowd online. So thank you to everyone across the globe, wherever you are, whichever club you're with. Thanks for joining us. Looking forward to seeing you each and every week. To you, Steve.
Thank you.
Thank you, mate. Before we let you go, though, and I do the last couple of lines there, you can't mention all of the sponsors, although I will give Vision Decor another plug there for you.
Yeah.
But for the club, is there anything you want to say to all the Cavi Day?
Look,
Cav Day?
Yeah, we get a lot of stick for the amount of sponsors on the back of our shirt, but we've got a very strong sponsorship. So I'll start at the top, obviously, Vision Decor and
If you list them, they're giving me $100 each mention. So to
Well,
all the sponsors,
yeah, all of them,
collectively.
yeah. Particularly
Check
Vision
this
Decor.
shirt.
Yeah,
You'll see
particularly
them.
Vision Decor and HKY. They've been around. I think both of them have been around pretty much since the start. So
HKY.
Yep.
Show me the money.
yep, definitely. So,
But for the
yeah.
players, the supporters, you said get down there.
Look,
Still looking for a few blokes. You've got 4 teams.
We've got 4 teams, and we've actually got 4 pretty competitive teams to get into at the minute. So I'm looking down the barrel of potentially not getting selected myself. So it'll be nice to be able to be the floating president this year and actually looking at some other stuff. But
Well, if Caversham Dayton can't fit you, Middle Swan can.
yeah, look, we'll take them if you're local.
No,
and you're
you
looking
can't
for a
take them.
game,
We'll
but
take them.
Yeah,
Get out of there.
but yeah, if you're looking for a game, we're always keen to have guys come down. But in all seriousness, come and have a look at the facilities we've got. It's top notch. It actually the ground actually won ground of the year for the football.
Viewers, this is where, and I'm smiling here, Steve, because I am smiling, genuinely. Sorry, viewers,
Until
I
he
know
wants
it's
to
an
slap-
ugly
until he
sight.
wants to slap me, but
No, but this is about the equity.
yeah.
And this comes down to the challenges for some clubs. Credit to you, you're well positioned, and who knows, I think your training lights might facilitate a night game.
I'm hopeful.
That's a conversation to be had, but some clubs don't have those luxuries, and Middle Swan is the oldest continuous cricket club in this
Yeah.
state.
That's a hell of a record.
and we got a recycled toilet block with kids' kindergarten patchwork blocks put on the outside.
How did that work? How did that come
Well,
about?
our old club rooms got burned down. So basically, the bricks were still there, so the council cleaned them up, put some blue and orange and pale blue things on the outside and said, there you go. So Swanshire, I'm going to put it out there
Yeah.
early. Look after the oldest club.
Wow, 100%. You got to keep
150th anniversary in 2 years, but
2 years' time. Wow, that's going to be a big party for the club.
yeah, we've got to survive yet. And that's on the council. A bit of love. We'd like some new nets or even some access with no goals on the training field. It'd be nice.
Yeah.
The challenges, hey?
Yeah, mate, and it comes even when you've got brand new facilities. There's always something that you could improve. So I feel that one all the time.
But it's not all gloom and doom, viewers. You do still have a chance to enter our Woof Doof competition and win yourself a double VIP pass to the 2024, here we go, World Team Disc Golf Championships.
Have you got that written down somewhere? Or?
No, it's just committed to memory. That's what I do.
Yep.
Big shout out to Jesse Dart, actually, who does way better at committing stuff to memory. But the Woof Doof Championships on in Mundaring, the 6th to the 9th of November. Free to enter, free entry. If you don't want to go VIP, you can go up there and watch it yourself.
That's right. Free event.
It is a free event, a free world-class event. General admission, just rock up on the day, wander around, see the emus, the kangaroos. Start of November though, there might be a few Joe Blakes out there. So
there'll be a couple of snakes wandering across that golf course.
wear big heavy shoes and let them know you're coming.
Yep, definitely.
But look, a reminder this weekend, our first broadcast, hopefully with Neil Weasel Worsley and someone else if anyone steps up. But it is 12:30 starts for, I think, all of October.
Yeah, I believe it's to the end of October once the sun starts to come out a bit more.
I nearly broke into song again there. Sorry, it's just an impulse thing. Sun will come out tomorrow. 12:30 this Saturday. I'm in the van to check out the new facilities at Caversham Dayton District, or Dayton District Open Space for Caversham Dayton Cricket Club.
We'll have you.
Up against Midland there next week. Back here on Wednesday night, and I'm giving you a bit of an early heads up here, Les Murdy Mazenod, looking to come up to Ray Owen for your match against Dianella. So that will be the plan. Thanks to everyone there. King Cowell jumping on with a few comments there. Do we know who he is?
I can't read that.
No, it says King Cowell. One of the things as we transition viewers from Facebook, that's for old people apparently. That's what, again, I've shaved my beard so I qualify for YouTube. But one of the joys I've found with YouTube is they've all got usernames.
Yeah.
Whereas on Facebook, we're ourselves
You've
most of the
you've
time.
got a name attached to it.
You've got a name attached. So
Yeah.
there have been some random people comment there and I go, who is Fat Freddy Filbert?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, but
And why is he talking about something that's not cricket?
thank you all. Well, hopefully they didn't get through the firewall if they're that person. Wherever you are across the globe, thanks for joining us on our initial show tonight. Steve, thank you again
Cheers.
for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks to ID Athletic for all your sporting apparel and club merchandise for making me look good. They can help you and your club build your identity. And we've mentioned Mike and Lisa Ash of Vision Decor.
Get around them.
Curtains, blinds, awnings, even hybrid floorings.
Yep.
Great products, great prices, and they are genuinely great people.
Awesome people.
And as I move in ever so subtly, not so much, to hit the close on that, it is me, Noel Nolte Johnston, on behalf of Steve, signing off for tonight, wherever you are across the globe. Please remember, take care of yourself, be nice to yourself, but remember, be nice to those around you too. I am Noel Nolte Johnston saying bye for now.
Good night.
And somewhere there, and I'm smiling, viewers, because I've got a screen that says finished. There we go.
There we go.
Bye, everyone. And that's what I mean about that.